All right. You ready to get into some Reddit?
Yes.
These are all retail hell since we just went through retail hell.
Yeah. So this is the worst wars during winter.
So the first one is by Translucid with 5 eyes.
Translucid.
Then Translucid.
Oh.
This person puts, for reference, I work at a bookstore. They don't say what bookstore. So that could be Barnes & Noble. That could be Half Price Books.
That's about it. There's only 2. We illiterate motherfuckers.
And then you got some people thinking, what's Barnes & Noble?
What the fuck is a bookstore?
Those still exist?
The fuck is a book?
So he puts, I was ringing a lady up. She was buying a lot of shit. Like almost $300 worth of shit.
Good for her. Like $8. Those motherfuckers are expensive as fuck. Those hardbacks too.
That was like one book. That was one book from behind the counter.
A special edition.
She asked if we could, if we wrapped, and was upset whenever I said no, which should have been my first red flag.
Oh.
She asked me whenever we closed. I said 6 p.m. She scoffed and said, no. I asked, sorry? She said, you can't close at 6. I need to come back, but I'll only be free around 9 p.m. You can't close at 6.
You better break the fucking door down.
Bitch, if you don't get your boomer ass out of my store. And the first comment for this is, I worked at a family-owned convenience store. It closed at 9 p.m. I got a call from a woman who needed lunch meat. It would be there at 9:30, and I had better be there. Reader, I was not there.
I don't blame him.
It's like, yeah, I wasn't there.
I'd be like, you got it, ma'am. And I just hang up the phone. Just be fucking going.
Next one is by Weird Vermicelli 9580. This person puts, so we're closed on Christmas, but we have to go in and do store checks. So I drive in. There's 4 cars in the lot. I proceed to drive around to the back to check for any signs of a break-in. And by the time I get to the back around, those cars are gone. So I get out, open the door, and another car pulls in.
Uh-oh.
I go to the alarm and disarm the store. I had already locked the door behind me. The phone starts ringing, so I answer in case I had set off the alarm or something like that. It's not the security system, it's customer. Asks if we're open. I tell them no. They retort, I just saw someone walk inside though.
Oh, fuck. I saw through my sniper scope.
I saw through my monoscope. Like a pirate looking for you.
I saw ye.
Had the yeet. And I explain it's an employee checking the store and that we're not open. Customer hangs up. I go back around, checking all the freezers and the panels to make sure everything is good. Go back up around, rearm, and start to walk out. I hear some banging on the door.
Oh, fuck.
The customer is literally just standing there banging on the door, screaming that she knows we're open and she needs her prescription. Like, what the fuck?
I better get that bitch her description before I get fucking shot.
So I froze, set my burglary alarm because I was still in the store, had to have the police come, and this lady was just freaking out the entire time.
Bet she was. What consequences to my actions, huh?
At one point, she had a rock in her hand.
Oh, god damn, bitch. Get her fucking medication, bro.
Just go get it from the back.
Yeah, god dang.
So my 20-minute store check turned into an hour and a half. I came home to my daughters being so sad that I took so much extra time. And I'd probably have to see this stupid woman first thing in the morning whenever I open the store again.
Oh, God.
And then the first comment, they're quoting, at one point she had a rock in her hand. Neanderthal behavior.
Man, that's wild.
And then
Where the fuck would she get a rock in a fucking parking lot? Ain't no god next to some fucking woods. What the I just realized, where the fuck would she get a rock? Think about that. Where would you get a rock in a parking lot?
I mean, unless you have those like mulch beds that have rocks on them.
I mean, even that, like, there's like a fucking fist-sized rock. I'm like, where the fuck did this bitch get a rock?
Just the comments are hilarious, though, because underneath that is, at least the Neanderthals tried to do something reasonable. And then Neanderthal found a tool.
Look if she just walked up with a fucking brick in her hand. I'm like, where the hell did you get a brick from? Like, I brought this rock from my car.
All right, next one is by Phoenix Apok. A-P-O-K. This person puts, a couple of years ago, I worked at a place where my boss loved Christmas.
Oh, God.
She was so disappointed company policy wouldn't let her put a tree up till after Thanksgiving. She'd be playing her own Christmas music in her office as soon as Halloween was over.
Because I could just imagine her just fucking twitch.
So 2 months of Christmas music. Over there feeding for a song. That kind of person. Well, one year she came across a bunch of
She's
reindeer.
that one that likes when fucking Mariah Carey awakens
From
from
her
her deep
crib.
slumber,
From her crib.
deep in the fucking bowels of the earth.
Bowels of hell.
Time for my music.
She comes out of the gates of hell
I must feed
off of everybody's disappointment.
jovial, merry souls of the holidays. That's how she actually talks.
And then she goes into her high pitched voice. So, well, one year she came across a bunch of reindeer antler headbands. She thought it would be cute to have the staff wear them. Now, company policy allowed variations to the uniform in the holiday spirit as long as it wasn't religious or obstructed logos or work function or something like that. So, for the month of December, she enforced a mandatory policy on the antlers.
Mandatory.
Most of the staff was younger girls and liked that stuff anyway.
I was a 47-year-old man.
What up there?
I've been to Nam. I know god dang what.
Getting flashbacks. But I'm admittedly a Grinch anyway, but also just know.
You know, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. The original Grinch, or not the cartoon, but the one with
Jim Carrey. Yeah.
He's just going through his fucking notebook, like trying to see if he can squeeze in some time to meet somebody. It's like 4:30, self-loathing. 5, stare into the abyss. 6:30, eat alone. I just can't cancel that again.
With himself.
Yeah.
I was a 35-year-old man. I'm not walking around as an assistant manager with fucking antlers on for a month.
I just imagine him fucking skulking through the fucking the aisles.
One day, Christmas Eve maybe? Sure. I refused. I even offered to wear a Santa hat, but she thought it would be better if we all matched. To her credit, she wore them, but still. Now, she and I get along well enough in general, but no. After she shot down the Santa hat idea, I drew a firm line.
That's where he fucking drew the line. Right here, no further.
I wouldn't be wearing anything holiday related at all.
In fact, I would be the grinchiest Grinch that's ever grinched during Christmas.
She went from being gently kidding to dead serious.
Oh, fuck.
And said it would be insubordination.
Insubordination?
And she would fire me for
This
it.
is America. We were born on insubordination.
Exactly.
I shall stand by the ramparts.
I need my pride a bit more than my check.
Nah, you still gotta get paid.
Don't get me wrong, I needed the job, but there was a line where I still have to be able to look at myself in the mirror with respect.
Right here. No further.
I told her fine. She could explain to corporate why she fired a manager of 4 years. Was she sure they would take her side? Realistically, they probably would have.
I don't think so.
But she backed down and had to settle for a written warning of gross insubordination.
Gross. What the?
I refused to sign it. Yes, I won, quote unquote, in the end, but she was needlessly hostile for days afterwards.
What cause?
Add that to the growing list of why retail workers hate the holiday season, though.
God, it's a freak nightmare.
Gross insubordination. We're not in the fucking military.
Jesus Christ. What, he man just shoot up a fucking village? What the fuck? Insubordinate.
Next one is by His Britannic. HMHS Britannic 12. This person puts, I was enjoying a much needed 30-minute break when suddenly somebody comes into the break room. I thought it was another associate at first, but whenever I turned around, I saw it was a customer in the break room.
Here we go.
She then proceeded to complain that nobody was on the floor.
I love it. It's always like, I already know it's a woman too. They're the only ones with the just
The
absolute
audacity
Yeah, the absolute audacity.
to peel that door open and walk on in.
I once had a guy like he was looking for the bathroom, right? And he walked in like he took 2 steps, like, oh, you can't come any further. He's like, and he fucking jumped back. I'm like, damn, bro, I wasn't gonna fucking shoot you. You just can't come any further. The bathroom's on the other side. But he fucking panicked. But if it was a woman, like, where's the fuck's the bathroom? You
It's like, oh, I'm not allowed, huh?
I'll show you what I'm not allowed to do. Fucking slaps the shit out of me.
It is a her though.
No, it is. I'm sorry. I'm not to be misogynistic, but
It's true.
I've had more arguments with women than men.
Yes.
In retail.
Most dudes, there's a line when they're talking to another guy
Yeah.
where if you like, there's a
Will I get fucking socked in the face? Yes.
Right.
Well.
right. Well, there's that underlying tension of there could be violence, so they usually don't get out of hand as bad as women. Women will take full fucking advantage of it.
This full beard is a fucking natural deterrent toward the men. I don't care how short I am. They know the line.
Exactly.
And it's right here, no further. But man, women are just fucking tear me to shreds. Like, damn, I just said good morning, ma'am. What the fuck did I do to you?
And demanded that I help her.
Almost got a fucking, they probably spit in my fucking face.
I told her that she needed to leave as politely as I could manage, and that I would not be helping her.
I wonder how, well, I would be like, ma'am, this is the break room. No customers allowed. Get the fuck out. I'm not sure how he segued into her leaving.
Right. Over the headset, I heard that she was demanding a manager, but the kicker is that I am the manager.
So it was go time.
She was not happy and stormed out. Probably to call corporate,
Yep.
and had the audacity. Look, they even used the same word to take a mandatory lunch break. That I had the audacity to take a mandatory lunch break.
Oh yeah, I had a woman like that once. Like she was like offended that I was hungry, and I was walking toward the back on my lunch break, and she tried to stop me and help her find shampoo. And like she actually looked offended that I had to eat. I'm like, damn bitch, I don't want to fucking die.
It was like, oh.
Hey, what? You're a normal human being with bodily functions? You're not a fucking robot that powers up and down at night?
You didn't know you were?
And I'm like, lady, like whatever we have here is what we have here. Like when I generally tell me what we have here, so that's legit what we have here.
Right. There's
we
nothing.
stock out everything that we have. It's here. It doesn't help us having it in the back. We don't get overstock. It doesn't work that way. What we have is what we have.
Right.
We don't get extra. The only thing we get extra is Coke, because the Coke is like fucking crack cocaine for people. That shit fucking burns through. Forget the drugs, man. Just start selling Coke and you'll make a fortune.
Like you don't even have to be illegal Coke.
Oh my God, dang. They go through fucking Cokes, Dr. Peppers, Sprite, like it's nobody's fucking business.
Well, speaking of backstock, we have the next one by Millie Minnie. This person puts.
Millie Minnie. It's an odd name.
Millemini. Millie Minnie.
M-I-N-I?
Millemini.
Millie Minnie. Weird.
Yeah. I know I'm horrible. I'm half times illiterate here, so
Just sounds like a weird name, Millie Minnie.
Millie Minnie.
It sounded like Minnie Millie.
That's probably what they were going for, but dyslexia, you know.
Or they probably didn't work like take it.
This person puts yesterday, God, they can't even write. Had me thrown off for a second. Yesterday, Ann.
Perfect.
So that's why it's like, huh? Like they threw both of them in there because they didn't know what the procedure was for a or an when you the next word. So like
They want to say A.M. Yesterday A.M. What would the number be?
It was supposed to be yesterday and older. But they didn't know. I guess apparently they didn't know if it was supposed to be an or a before the word older, so they just put both of them in there.
Okay.
Yesterday, and older.
Close enough.
Couple approached me and asked for an item that's typically seasonal item in the summer months.
Oh, here we fucking go. Oh God.
It's not something we carry in the winter months. Never has been. Never will be. I told the customer that we don't have any in stock and it won't be back until the summer items start arriving, which is usually sometime in late April, early May. They, of course, asked me if I was sure and if we might have some in the back.
How do I explain this? As it seems to not have puncture that cranium of yours. It is a seasonal item, meaning that it is not shipped here unless we are in that season. And as I've stated previously in my transcript here, we are not in that season, madam. Like, I don't know how to explain to people, like, it's a season. No, I don't have fucking seeds. It is 36 degrees outside. Where the fuck would you plant them? Indoors? What the fuck are you growing?
Another one, flip-flops.
Flip-flops in fucking 15-degree weather. Are you insane?
You know that's what it'll be, though. It's like, hey, do you have any gardening tools?
Like, for what? You burying a body? That's the only reason you need them in the winter.
And the ground's too hard.
So you better figure out how to warm that bitch up. Start chopping them up and throw them down the fucking sink.
I told them no again. We don't have any. End of discussion. They seemed unhappy,
Or so I thought.
but appeared to accept my answer. A few moments later, I was walking through the store and saw the couple approach another member of staff. They pointed to me and say that they asked me if we have something, and I said no. But they wanted to double check and make sure we don't have any in the back.
I once had one where they asked me, right? I said we didn't have it. So they asked someone else, and that being a new employee, called me over to ask me if we... So look at this customer dead in the face for the second time. No, we don't have the item. I just told you we didn't have.
But I thought I was going to ask somebody different. The sales associate replied that I am the manager and have the best knowledge of the stock or not. The same situation. Is this you? They replied, but are you sure you don't have any in the back? For Pete's sake, the back isn't like it's Magic Santa's workshop where whatever you wish for there appears.
Like, I'm supposed to go in and just turn left. Here it is.
Magically, it came out of nowhere. Next, the next one, the name is funny. Untamed Titties.
The only kind you need.
But titties, Tiddies. Untamed
Titties. Titties.
Not ditties, but titties. This person puts, so I work front end.
Some tickle bitties.
Some tickle bitty. Remember those shirts that existed where it would say tickle bitties, but it would make you, like, if you weren't reading it.
Oh, yeah.
So I work front end in a liquor store. And the other day I had a couple come up to my register with a massive cart of things. No problem. I start scanning and bagging everything.
A fucking cart? God dang.
I know.
Oh my God.
Alcoholics.
Alcoholics, man. The fact that they have cards, that they know they need cards at the stores, the
The sad
thing.
part.
Yeah.
Then the guy says that he needs to get Hennessy. So I told him where the Hennessy is. No, we already got the Hennessy. So I asked if they're looking to do a return. No, the old lady got it for us and brought it up here, as he points to my register.
Oh.
I look around. Sometimes the managers bring us the naughty liquors that go in bottle jail. The ones that get stolen, basically.
Oh.
And realize he must have meant it's up at customer service like usual. By this point, he and his wife have both said 4 or so times that they're doing this on purpose and wasting their time. It's like, okay. I get back from customer service. There is no Hennessy up there. I explain this, and he starts going off on me, saying I'm a bitch. And I'm giving him poor customer service. So I grab a coworker, and we go up there to look again. My manager was there both times on the phone and didn't respond either time whenever I asked about Hennessy. Of course, it's not there this time either. Whenever I get back and apologize that I couldn't find it, I had already called the managers to ask about it twice. They were both fuming and going off on me and still saying I'm wasting their time. Then the wife walks off with a guy while the guy keeps insulting me loudly. My manager comes over with a random bottle of some other cognac. Think it was a boxed 1738. Not important for this though. Then she gets angry and tells me, when the customer says we got a bottle for them, it's at customer service. As if I've not been doing this for an eternity now. As if I don't do exactly that. Like, okay, maybe I could have brought one of them with me to point it out, but I asked what the box looked like. They wouldn't tell me. They just said I should know.
I'm confused as to the art. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It's not the same brand of cognac. because Hennessy is a certain brand, and they said they got Hennessy,
Right.
and it's a totally different brand.
Wait, but like, if it's not at the front, who's the lady they got it from?
No, it's the customer saying that when the customer says, like the customers are telling this lady that it's always supposed to be at customer service.
Huh.
She's
Weird.
like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'll be confused as fuck too.
Yeah.
But just go grab your fucking Hennessy, man, and just pay for your shit and leave.
Like, okay, I get it. I adore brandy and cognac, but be so fucking for real right now. This isn't like the whole Q-tip or Germ-X thing. Hennessy is a very specific cognac. So basically, they're using the word Hennessy
as an umbrella for the entire brand. Oh,
yes,
the entire
which doesn't work in a liquor store.
Yeah,
like you can ask somebody, hey, where the Q-tip's at, and they can point you. And
yeah,
because there's off-brand or there's
whatever they want.
But
where's your fucking allergy medication? Over there.
Your Benadryl's over there.
Whatever you need. And every knockoff of it.
Exactly. But like they're using the word Hennessy is,
but they wanted a different brand
of cognac completely. Cognac that'd be like saying, where's your Jim Beam? It's like, you know how many whiskeys they make? Like, you can't just.
I would have probably lost my shit. Hennessy's a specific fucking, you dumb sex.
I don't even read ahead, but they use the word Jim Beam in this.
Oh, god dang.
So imagine getting pissed at the cashier because you had a bottle of Jim Beam brought up there and told them that you had a bottle of Fireball.
There you go.
Not knowing liquor is A-okay, but maybe at least check the name of it before yelling at the person working at the register who is not involved in the process until this very point.
No kidding, man. They'll start shooting me.
To add insult to injury, after my manager chewed me out for over it, and the dude held at the bottle almost slapping me in the face with it, and it went, see, Hennessy. Like, sir, do not make me put the bottle back in gay baby gel because I will.
Gay baby gel?
Mm-hmm. Bottle gel.
Oh.
Anyway, rant over.
Weird.
I've never heard of gay baby gel, but...
Yeah, me neither. I'm confused with everything.
Yeah.
So they wanted a bottle of Hennessy or something similar to it?
They were wanting a cheap knockoff of Hennessy, basically.
Oh.
Whereas like a cheap bottle of cognac.
Wait, so he still threw the guy's face and see Hennessy. I'm like, can you fucking read?
Yeah.
Does that bitch say Hennessy on it?
Apparently the brand is called 1783.
17. Wow. So
totally different brand.
And he's just like Hennessy.
It'd be like, that's why they said it'd be like saying that you want Jim Beam and then holding up a bottle of Fireball.
I'm like, you need to learn to read, sir, for one. For two, get the fuck out of my suit.
Next one is by Lamb Lemon 39.
I think what gets me is that he fucking threw it up there. Let's see Hennessy.
Hennessy.
And I'm like, where? Where at? Let me grab some magnifying glasses.
It's probably like a bottle that's like a fourth of the cost of Hennessy. We have a regular, surprisingly not a boomer. She's a millennial.
Cheap ass fucking Hennessy. I can't get over it.
That's going to get to you there.
Cheap ass motherfuckers.
And besides the fact that she's constantly in a bad mood, complaining about how she can get things cheaper elsewhere, I work at a thrift store, by the way. She straight up...
The garbage? Where else you can get things cheaper than a thrift store?
She straight up told me and my boss that she ordered a tagging gun off of Amazon so she can switch tags at thrift stores to get better prices.
Smart idea to say that to the employees.
Oh, nice. But then she has the audacity, apparently this word audacity is coming up a lot today, to say...
Today's word? Audacity.
To say, quote, but I would never steal.
I would just change the price tags to get cheaper deals.
Is switching tags more ethical?
Guess so, to her.
Then she comes up to the cash buying one of those fancy suede boxes. I scan it, and she's getting her money out, and I just happened to open the box, and there were tons of clothes in it. So I was like, oh, did you want to purchase these too? Her face got all red, and instead of being rude and nasty like she usually is, she perked up and was like, oh my God, silly me. Yes, I'd like those too. Wow, good catch. I totally forgot those.
Did I stuff this fucking motherfucker full of shit?
I could tell that she didn't want to spend the money because she hesitated to hand me the money, but I guess I didn't.
That'll be $3.76.
I know. It's all quarters. But I guess she didn't want to get caught stealing, for fuck's sake.
Had a thrift store, then you really hit the bottom.
If you steal from any dollar brand store, it's bad enough.
But a thrift store?
Thrift store's more expensive.
Are they? Jesus.
They have items that are at least $5.
God damn, it's a goddamn fortune now. Nowadays.
All right, let's see here. Next one is by Zesty Close, Act 8630. This person puts, so I work at a retail chain. I don't want to give any details. End
of story. Okay.
And our return policy is 60 days. Yes, it says this on the receipt, and yes, it says it in the store too. A customer came in looking to return a half-used item. I pulled up the receipt.
Half-used item?
I know. They didn't say what it was.
God.
I pulled up the receipt, and she had bought it over a little of 2 months ago, which is over 60 days, obviously. It was 67 days to be specific.
Nice.
I tell her I cannot accept this return because this policy, the return policy is 30 days for your money back and 60 days for a merchandise credit.
And also, man, the juices on this. I don't even know what these are. I would never take this back.
She replied that it had not been 60 days because it had only been 2 months.
Okay, I'm listening.
I say, let me double check on that for you. Trying to be polite. I pull up the calendar.
Number.
The computer and I are correct.
30 and 31. 61 days.
Which I already knew, but whatever. I'm trying to stop a tantrum from her. I tell her, I'm so sorry, but it was returned on X date, and it's been over 60 days since then. She starts yelling at me about how it has not, in fact, been 60 days because it has only been 2 months. I say, yes, 2 months is 60 days. And she yelled back, 60 days is 3 months. It hasn't been 60 days. It's only been 2 months. I want to see a manager now.
Here we go.
So, of course, I get my manager who proceeds to try and desperately explain to this lady that there are 30 days per month.
I'm not teaching this woman anything about the fucking calendar system and fucking day cycles, man. Just get the hell out of my store.
And 30 plus 30 is 60.
He pulled out a fucking chalkboard. So 30 plus 30, because December has 31 days, correct? And January has, it's got a whole fucking class.
She continued to insist that 60 days is 3 months, not 2. I don't know what her logic was there, but clearly it was non-existent.
Yeah, that's wild.
Not to mention the fact that we cannot take something back that has little more than half used because you don't like it anymore.
That's weird.
Also, why are you screaming at retail workers on Christmas Eve with this?
Christmas Eve, huh?
Your poor planning and stupidity does not equal a right to treat retail workers this horribly. Anyways, just wanted to tell the short story. Merry Christmas, all.
And to all a good night.
All right, next one is by Few Technician 6665. This person puts, so this happened Christmas Eve around 12:30 p.m.
What's all the Christmas Eve story?
Dun dun dun.
So it's our version of D-Day.
See, this is one of those ones where I skip over the age because it makes no difference.
Unless it's like sexual consent, and yes.
Right. But this one is, I, a 21-year-old female, work at a local high-end grocery store, and since it's family-oriented, we close early on Christmas Eve, 7 p.m. rather than 9 p.m.
As if parents don't drag their kids at like fucking 11 o'clock at night to a fucking McDonald's or something.
And we're closed Christmas Day. Well, the lady comes through my line, and she is buying a giant bottle of wine.
To be alone.
The line is insane, and we're just trying to survive the massive amount of people here.
Hold!
Well, I ring her up and tell her the total, and she begins flipping through her purse for her change in dollars. Well, she asked when we closed, and I answered, we close at 7 today, since it's Christmas Eve, and we're closed Christmas Day. As she looks at me, flabbergasted, like, she gasps and says, that's not fair. Why are you closing early on Christmas Eve? Why are you closed on Christmas Day? What if I need something? Oh, that's such a shame. And she's looking genuinely pissed off. I look at her. It's Christmas Eve. So it's that's why we're closing early. Thankfully, we're off Christmas Day. Am I right? Can't wait to see my family and all that, I say.
What the fuck is a family?
I tried to keep it cheery so she wouldn't get more pissed off and see that I was happy that we were closing early so that she could feel more awkward at what I said. I was internally so confused that, one, she was already there and was complaining that we weren't open later for her.
That's always the logic in my head. They asked me, like, when do you close? Like, what's the matter? You're here now.
Exactly.
Don't worry about later.
And
You don't have to worry about later.
And two, what was she expecting? It's Christmas. Just because you're in here doesn't mean us workers want to be here 8 hours of work. We don't want to be here.
Not on Christmas.
All right, two
Come
more.
on, Mr. Scrooge.
Got two more here. Next one is by Caleb426. This person puts, I have a coworker who consistently comes in smelling absolutely awful.
I've had people just randomly, like, they'll be talking to me, right? And they'll have that, like, deep, like, not brushed their teeth, like, in a while.
Oh,
Like, there's a difference between, like, just a,
bad breath and
like, this, like, just like a
and those are the ones that want to get real close to you
this
too.
odor. And there was this little Asian chick and a young woman. And, like, she was on the other side of a U-boat from me. And it hit me from there. And I'm like, man.
It's like, damn.
I was like, wow. Like, it's just like not brushed in a while. Like, I've got no one to date. I'm not making out with anybody. I don't plan to make out with anybody. And I'm just like even,
I don't plan to be around other people for a little while.
like, I could be celibate and I still brush my teeth. I mean, I still have clean teeth. But so that, like, it's a different smell than any other smell. Like, when it hits you, you know it. And you know it can't be you because I would have smelled it on myself all day unless I'm immune to my own smell, which I highly...
You're not going to just get a single whiff of it.
Right. But, man, she hit me and I was like, damn. Whatever I need to get you, let me get it fast. Let me get out of here.
We sell Listerine. Would you like that?
But it's weird when people don't brush their teeth on a regular basis
Yeah.
and just let it be.
Fester.
Man.
So this person, I have a coworker who consistently comes in smelling absolutely awful. The best way I can describe the smell is like a mix of penguin exhibit and rotting tissue.
There's a training thing for zookeepers.
Yeah.
Don't ever stand in front of a walrus when it yawns.
Oh.
Because apparently, like, it is so fucking foul. Like, this woman learned the hard way because she was standing right and she fucking threw up, like, just like passed out, and then they let her go home for the rest of the day.
That bad?
It is apparently the foulest fucking shit. Like, do not stand in direct line from a walrus yawning because you will be fucking incapacitated.
Oh God.
Like, when they say stuff like you're like, huh, like stuff like that, like that seems like comical,
Right.
but you're like, if they're dead serious, and like, man, because then she told the story how she was directly in line of the walrus and she just fucking threw up instantly and passed out.
Oh.
And she woke up on the fucking bed in the office or like the couch, and they let her go home because she was out of it. And now I'm kind of like, all right, what is
What does it actually smell like?
And I just like,
We've had countless coworkers and customers alike submit complaints about how bad she smells, yet nothing is done about it.
what can you, unless you fucking hose her down on the back, what can you do?
I didn't know the human body was capable of producing a smell anywhere near that horrendous. On one hand, I feel bad because I don't know if it's some kind of condition, but on the other hand, I'm also thinking about it's like extremely poor hygiene. I just need to talk about this somewhere because goddamn, the amount of gross ass adult.
God, all caps.
It is. Like, it's stressed. The amount of grown-ass adults I need to have that have zero idea what proper hygiene is terrifies me. What the hell is wrong with people?
Some don't care.
Yeah.
Remember that guy that used to fucking shit his fucking just shit in the bed, and that girl was dating him?
Yeah, yeah.
That wasn't a red flag.
Where he left big-ass track marks and stuff?
she
Because he never wiped?
And I was like, girl, you can do much better.
It's like, yeah, we just wash our sheets more often because there's shit
I'm
everywhere.
like, what the fuck are you talking about? the metaphorical,
Yeah.
and also literal shit women will pull up with. in relationships is astounding to me.
Yeah. And people need to wipe their ass. Like,
More and more.
God.
When you think you're done, it's not done.
Last one is by Nuka-Cola Addict 1302.
Good old Fallout reference, huh?
Yep. All right. This person puts, it feels like every day now I'll get someone who doesn't speak English, which is by no means a problem in and of itself. If they're nice, I'll go out of my way to get across the language barrier with every tool at my disposal. But lately, I keep getting people that speak a different language and almost seem upset that I don't also speak the same language as them. Even whenever I'm
You
trying
don't speak Farsi? But I don't even know what Farsi is, sir.
it's like, I'm an American. I don't know what the fuck
I
that
can
is.
barely speak English.
Even whenever I'm trying my best to figure out what they're looking for. I'll give you an example that happened today. The customer whistles super loud to get my attention. What race is this?
Whistle super loud?
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, no. Never seen him whistle in my store. Must be a different fucking location for him.
Me. Yes, sir. How can I help? Customer. You'll speak Spanish?
Like, not even a little bit.
Me. No, sir. But I will try my best to help you out. Customer rolls their eyes hard. You'd probably be able to pronounce this. Necesita ayuda?
I need help.
Yeah. One of the few Spanish phrases I know, something to the effect of, I need help. Me. Got it. What are you looking for? Customer speaks incredibly fast Spanish that I can't even pick.
Even that level of Spanish, I don't know, understand either. It's like those dialects in certain parts of the country you don't understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
I can't even pick up a couple of words out of it. Me. Un momento.
For favor, please. Just give me a second.
Pulls out my phone and immediately opens Google Translate.
It overloads the phone.
I don't know if he took it as a sign of disrespect, like I was trying to ignore him or text or what, but this set him off and he starts tapping the boxes really hard to indicate he needs a specific kid's shoe in a size 6.
Okay.
Me scans the shoe, which reveals that we have no 6s left.
Fuck.
I then show the customer the screen I'm looking at. No mas. Sorry. Customer. No mas? No mas? Start speaking Spanish at auctioneer speed. Me, again, tries to open Google Translate, only for him to start waving his hand in my face. Customer, speak a Spanish. Why no Spanish? Continue speaking faster and getting visibly upset.
If I get I'm pretty sure he's probably like dark skinned or Hispanic-esque looking.
Yeah.
Because they only do that to the ones that look Hispanic.
Could be.
You don't speak Spanish?
I know, I've gotten that a few
I
times.
just pretend that like, I don't know. No Spanish.
No habla.
No hablo.
No. No habla. At this point, my manager was finally free from handling another situation in the store, so I called him over to deal with the customer.
Help me.
Anyway, that's the end of my rant. Just boggles my mind that some people just assume I speak their language and get upset whenever I don't. It's getting more and more frequent and I don't get it. I wouldn't go to China and expect everyone there to speak English. I'd feel lucky if somebody did and could help me. This doesn't just go for Spanish speakers, but every other country speakers too. So apparently he has to work at a place that has random ass languages spoken.
I guess.
No French.
But he's always he's generalizing. I always just assume the specific person is an asshole and not the entire race of people.
I don't think he's saying the entire race. I think he's just saying just in general how people assume